Hey folks, welcome back to Stacey Can Can. I'm dehydrating some cranberries. 'Tis the season, it's fall, and it's cranberry time. So some of the items that you will need for the cranberries is obviously bags of cranberries. You're gonna need a pot of water. You're gonna need to boil these with, because you have to, well, I'll explain it in a minute, but so these are the equipment. So you need a slotted spoon and a bowl of ice water and obviously your dehydrator. So let's get to dehydrating. So I had a bit of a technical oopsies and the film didn't record for some reason. I have a new camera, so I'm figuring it out. But what you want to do when you prep your cranberries prior to dehydration is you want to get that pot of water boiling, and I fill it about a half full of water in the pot, maybe a little bit more. Get it to a good kind of a good rolling boil, and then I put in like a scoop from the slotted spoon of cranberries into it, and I start listening for them to pop. As soon as they start popping and you can see the skin breaking, scoring, etc. on the cranberry, then you can scoop those out, put them in the ice cold water, and then once they cool off, you put them into the onto the tray, the dehydration tray. So and I'll leave them in the ice cold water for a minute or two. You know, I'll do a few batches of the scoops, etc. You can also take the time to just cut the cranberries in half. There are some folks who do that as well. Because it really is important, as you'll see in further videos, to make sure that the skin is broken. Got all the cranberries in. Looks very pretty. We'll go ahead and put the cover on. Now the recipe says that this will take, and I'm using the National Center for Home Food Preservation recipe. It says it'll take anywhere from 24 to 36 hours to dehydrate this with these, which, yowza, that seems like a lot. There are other recipes that you can do them in the oven or just a variety of other ways. So by all means check it. But I'm putting these in overnight, and I'll give them a check in the morning and go from there. It's been 24 hours and it's time to give the cranberries a check. You will notice that some are really well overdone, like this one here. I don't know if you can see or not. Some are still whole, which that was kind of a boo-boo on my part. For instance, this one. What happens, I have noticed that if you don't make sure to cut and make sure that the skin has been punctured prior to drying, is that they just sort of stay in these big round balls shaped. And here's another good example. Of a big round ball shape, and then they get they're crispy too. They're very crispy as well. And they kind of turn to powder. So moral of this story is you got to watch it. I did not watch it like I should have, and that's the case. However, they do taste good. They're very tart. Some of them are overdone. It's just something you need to do. You got to check these as you go. I didn't. Make sure you plan accordingly. Thank you for joining me for a little dried cranberry fun. Please like and subscribe my page below, and the recipes down there below as well. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions, by all means reach out to me. I'm on Facebook at Stacey Can Can. You can at me on Insta or TikTok. I'm at me at Stacey Can Can. Website is www.staceycancan.com, and my email is info@staceycancan.com. So thanks so much for joining me again, and until next time, happy canning.